I am currently trying to find the best anime of the decade and plan to spend this year looking for hidden gems. Unfortunately for me, I didn't plan this very well and decided to watch the first episode of everything I hadn't seen from 2013 to 2015. Here are my first impressions.
Holy shit, this is how you start a show!
Immediate intrigue is established in impeccable execution. The characters might appear somewhat lackluster based on this first episode, but the city. This is the sprawling place of scum and adventure that has all the personality that the characters lack. Great action mixed with the perfect blend of mafia with sci-fi and fantasy leads to easily one of the best physical locations in any anime I've ever seen, up there with Ikebukuro from Durarara. I am highly looking forward to seeing if this show can maintain its momentum across its 2 seasons. Pro-Tycoon might be a faggot based on the way he acts, but the fact that he didn't pussy out at getting some pussy shows that at the very least he's not a little bitch. Also, his bros. I love them. Every time I watch an anime, I am forced to ask myself,
Have we taken the high school setting too far?
this Farmville anime adaptation's response is no. Fuck you. In fact, we're actually utilising the setting better than most generic pieces of shit. You know what? I take back everything I just said. They really have everything in high school. Even fucking tanks. This one might have a lot of lesbian undertones, so you might think I'll be into it. But I've seen way too many moe shows to get baited again. I'm really torn on this one. On the one hand, it has some pretty charming elements, and that opening scene genuinely caught me off guard. On the other hand, it has a bunch of high school bullshit, and I really hope this focuses more on the interesting aspect instead of just tits. Here's a review of an anime short. She's pretty cute. Get it? 'Cause it's an anime and she's... Somebody fucking end me. Not many people know this, but Inferno Cop is actually based off of a true story. I don't know what I can really add to the conversation around Inferno Cop. I liked Pop Team Epic, but thought that a full episode was way too much for what it was offering. This 3-minute chunk of insanity though? Perfecto. This show is so casually weird. Like, usually anime likes to draw attention to how kooky and quirky everything is, but here it's just like, yeah, our overlord is a lolly, I guess. It's a nice change of pace from the usually try-hard shows, like this one. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! But with even more edge and waifus and the cards talk, and it's the greatest show ever, and framing the life of the 2 brothers through such grounded yet iconic events as what happened in real-life sports is an ingenious way of establishing the relationship dynamic without boring exposition that says, this is me and my high school, and this is my best friend. This episode feels like the first chapter in an epic that I can't wait to see more of, especially with such a cinematic and memorable soundtrack that does nothing but add to the emotions of the episode. Space Brothers is easily the best show out of the bunch, and deserves its spot as priority number 5. Concrete Revolutio was one of the shows that was recommended to me by my audience, and you know what? This show is really unique, with a great art style that you don't see too often, and you're not This show was pretty fun, but it's really obvious that they just didn't put any thought into how this would work as a prequel. The fact that Blackjack is young here did nothing but create logical plot holes wider than your mother's vagina. Like, I get that the parents were desperate, but why would they trust their kid's life to somebody that's still in training just because he said he could when the director of the hospital said that he was beyond being saved? I mean, Blackjack obviously did save him because he's Blackjack, but that was also literally the first operation he's ever performed. I get that Shonen Protag is super special awesome, so obviously it was always going to be successful, but the fact that he was even given a chance in such a severe life and death scenario makes no sense whatsoever. The first episode was still a good time, but at the end of it, I would much rather experience the real thing than continue with this shameless cash grab. I'm not gonna lie, this show was pretty gay, but god Damn, the fucking music and the animation, these drums and hey. See that name? You see the shit he's made? I have no idea how I've not seen this show until now, but this has the potential to be one of the greatest anime dramas of all time, and it did all that with an angsty protagonist and a cardboard cutout heroine. I think Shaft thought that a lot of the Hiki Neets were also degenerate weebs with a little sister fetish, and decided to trick them into thinking their sisters secretly wanted to fuck them too, instead of addressing the issue at hand. And that's just really sad.
Also, this girl has guns in her boobs.
Tits, 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 tits.